Hi, welcome to another episode of Trades Take 10. I'm here today with Nicholas Taft. Is that how you say your last name?
Taffs.
Taffs. Okay, sorry about that. He is a safety codes officer from the city of Airdrie. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So today you're at SAIT. Explain to me a little bit what is happening. What have you been doing here today?
Well, we've been having a lot of fun actually lately. Last few months now, I've been gathering with a lot of the second years primarily to do shop inspections with them on their plumbing projects.
Okay, so they're building a rough-in and you're coming in and you're not marking it per se, but seeing it's up to code.
Exactly. So what we're doing is we're kind of expanding past that as well. I'm coming in from the angle of how an inspector would perceive their work, describing to them where the code implications are, but then I'm trying to go a little bit further and provide added value by explaining to them more the why we do things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why do we do things? Listen, Nick, I understand why. I do understand, but for our viewers and our audience, why? Tell me the why.
Well, the primary thing right off the bat with the why is why I'm here is to try to break down those walls, those barriers of the big bad inspector, right? Coming to their site and just ruining their day. Yeah. We want to show them that we're actually here to work with them, kind of partner up with them, right?
I like that. Yeah. I like that language.
Yeah, to ensure that their work continues on as intended, to perform as intended. Yeah.
Listen, we all like that. We like relationship building here. This is important. This is our learners getting a part of industry and right in their classroom, which is amazing. I do want to ask a question, and this has to deal with the do-it-yourselfer rather than the professional that's out there that's ticketed, licensed, insured. Let me just say that. How do you find the difference? Because I know homeowners can pull permits.
Correct.
Themselves. How do you feel about the do-it-yourself compared to the pro that's out there in the world?
That's a multifaceted question from my perspective. So the do-it-yourselfer on their primary residence where they own, I am all for it. I feel like I should have the right to be able to work on my own house.
Yeah.
When I'm working for somebody else though, representing as a plumber or even as a handyman, I need to know what I'm doing, and that's where I should be qualified. So I don't really hold that same value on that aspect, okay? But when we bring it back to my own house, like I said, I'm all for that. And frankly, I love it when people pull permits. They're trying to do it right. They may not know how to do it right, but that's where my role comes in. I'm here to help them get it to the point where it is correct.
Right.
Okay, then there's another group that they over-research things beyond belief, and they are fantastic at what they do.
Right, I agree. So I do like what you said earlier about tearing down that wall or that curtain of the big bad inspector. You're not a big bad inspector. You're a plumber gas fitter by trade, ticketed, Red Seal, endorsed, which is fantastic, which I am as well. And I do believe in a pro doing the pro job. You're just training apprentices still. I mean, even though you're not in that role of training apprentices, you kind of are in a way by giving them advice, guidelines, and not just apprentices, journeymen alike in the field as you do your job.
One of the things that I actually had a conversation with a client today, the way we view it and he viewed it, and he said it right, was actually our job as a journeyman plumber is to pass that knowledge on to apprentices. And that really resonated with me. And now I view my role as a higher level within the trade now, as I have even more value to bring and more of a responsibility to pass that knowledge on. And so that's exactly what we're doing here today. That's what I love doing.
Well, I'm so glad you're here. I can see that you're passionate about what you do and what fuels you. Why do you have this passion?
Quite simply, the aha moments. I love whether I'm in the field with an inspection, working with a plumber who may have made a code infraction, or even here at SAIT working with the apprentices, when I explain to something to the point where they actually understand a concept for the first time and it's like light bulb goes off and they truly understand something now. And I get the thank you. I wasn't the big bad inspector. Half of the time I even fail the inspection, but they're still thankful that they were taught a lesson and they're happy to fix it once they learn the concept.
Yeah, and we want things up to code because that is all about safety. It's all about public safety and
Absolutely.
It goes on. Can you speak about that? Can you speak about the risk that not only professionals take, but the risks that maybe your department takes on as well?
Oh, that's a simple one. Right off the bat, within the city of Airdrie, the process is simple. Airdrie is responsible to keep their citizens safe. So if we don't do inspections, we're not really upholding that mantra at all. So we bring in the inspection process now. And the whole purpose of that is us to come out there and to take a look to verify that everything is code compliant. And what is code compliancy? Well, that is basically an assurance that the entire system will work as intended. So when we come in and we do an inspection, quite simply, we're taking a little bit of the onus off of that plumber now, or the gas fitter, and we're taking on a little bit of responsibility ourselves by saying this is safe. Now, legally, that kind of sounds counterintuitive that why would we want to take on risk? But again, it's because of that first mantra of we need to ensure our citizens are in fact safe.
Not only your citizens, but your water supply, your...
Absolutely.
All of that stuff.
Exactly.
Right? The city of Airdrie is growing exponentially. I could see it every time I go there. How are you keeping up? How's that working for you guys? Like, how are you managing? Is there any new technology you're using to help with inspections? Can you tell me?
Technology-wise, well, several years ago, we were on a very archaic system where everything was handwritten, and we've obviously since, just like most municipalities, have switched to electronic systems, including our record keeping. So that has made life a lot easier for us because now when we're in the field, we can actually look up historical records of a property immediately. The rapid growth, though, we've always been able to manage that quite well. We actually take a really heavy boots on the ground mentality of making sure that we follow up with every single inspection. We don't do what they call risk-based inspections where, if it's too busy that we just don't go to those inspections. Our attitude is we see everything, every single permit, simple as that.
Right.
It's just, we basically, we make sure that we can maintain the capacity, and that's where we hire accordingly.
Okay, that's fair. Now, I want to know, when do I have to pull a permit? When do I have to be, because I do work and I don't know sometimes when I have to or not.
Quite simply, that is a question that comes up a lot, and I love that one. Simple answer is if you alter any system, and whether it's electrical, it's on your building, the structure, plumbing, if you make any form of an alteration, a fundamental change to a system is what triggers the necessity to pull a permit. Now, we get many plumbers that don't have a clue when they need to pull a permit, and we have many homeowners that don't. And that's a big part of what my job is, educating people on what they need to do.
Right.
So
how do we get a hold of you? I mean, you just have a city number, or is it an open line? Like, how does that work? Like, when I need questions answered.
I do carry a cell phone. We typically do not just hand those out because my day would be bombarded with that.
Yeah.
However, if you do need to get a hold of me, on my inspection reports, my email is on every single one of those. So that's a great way for people to reach out. Generic questions, we try to direct everybody to our switchboard, and then our admin staff will direct accordingly, be it a plumbing or gas inspector, a building inspector, and yeah, that's how we.
It's growing everywhere. We need more tradespeople.
Yes.
Yes.
A common theme that when I talk to builders as well as contractors just alike, we can't find enough people.
Are you busy now, like running off your feet at this moment, or just ramping up? Like, is that what
I would say we're coming actually on the tail end of being running off our feet. It seems like we're starting to see signs of slowing down.
Or leveling off.
Leveling off is a better way to put it, yeah. Consistency at this point now, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, again, I appreciate your time, and your time is valuable like everybody else's, so thank you for taking some time to talk to us.
Happy to. Yeah.
And for everybody at home, Trades Take 10, have a listen, have a look, see what you think, like, subscribe. Thank you very much, Nick.
Pleasure. Thanks.